A very pleasant morning to you all, parents, children alike, and welcome to another session of Growing Up with Values with Aunty Drups. I'm sure you all realize what yesterday was. Can you all tell me what holiday yesterday was? Wow, you shouted it out quite well. I heard you across it. Right, yesterday was Indian Arrival Day. But before we go into Indian Arrival Day, I would share with you all some of the homework that I got from last week when I asked you to do 3 things that you should not do with your hands and 3 things which you should do with your hands. And I'll just read a few of the answers I got. Sometimes the answers were a little bit repetitious, but it doesn't matter, I'll share it anyway. So first we have Shervy all the way from Canada. Shervy says you should help parents with their chores like washing their dishes, sweeping, etc. You must write nice stories with moral values and about adventures. You must give hugs to your parents and those around you. You must make food for needy people. That's quite good. You must use your hands to play instruments, to clap. And for the don'ts, you have no fighting, no stealing, no bullying, no biting nails, and no breaking of toys. So that was Charity's contribution. Next we have Arna's contribution. Arna says, yes to using the hands to saying prayers, to dancing, to greeting people. And no's, no to fighting, no to playing with fire. Great. And no stealing. And from Devan and Juhi, Tia, we got, first you must clean your room, you must help sweep, help feed pets, making cards and doing dishes. And for no hitting, no throwing of garbage, no pushing, no stealing, and no scratching. Thank you, Kiran. And from Felicity, we have Ravina and Rajiv. Ravina says, always help, doing chores, washing, cooking, etc., and praying to God. And don't touch fire, don't be abusive with your hands, don't hold weapons. And from Rajiv, we have always help someone to cross the street, always wash your hands, always give charity. And for your don'ts, don't use your hands to hurt someone, don't steal, and don't raise your hand to hit someone either. And Sarvesh said, help others, give to others, and share with others. And Sarvesh says for his don'ts, don't hit others, don't push others, and don't steal from others. From Sakshi in Florida, she says, use your hands to do charity, to do puja and to do prayers, to massage your parents. That's quite good, Sakshi. To plant and to help with the garden and to play music. And for her don'ts, Sakshi says, don't hit people or animals, don't write bad words, don't steal things, don't destroy plants, don't make mess for parents to clean. Very good. So far. And from Nishesh, we have Nishesh from Canada as well. For his do's, he has do schoolwork, help others, read books, return things to people if they drop it, quite nice, and hug your parents. And Nishesh says for his don't hurt others, don't start fights, don't write bad things or rude things, don't steal things, and don't hurt others. And from Sanjeev did drawing of his hands as well, and then he wrote his do's and don'ts. He said, for his do's, give your friend a hug, help others by giving them food, you can draw and write, you can help with chores, you can put your hands together for prayers. And for his don'ts, he said, do not touch your friend in a bad place, do not hit others, you should not steal, do not write on the walls, and do not stick your fingers in electrical sockets. Quite well done. I'm sure all the children did a good job, the ones who I read just now. And congratulations to you and to the parents. Thank you so much for supporting the children in their assignments. And now, as we get ready for another session, let us close our eyes. Close our eyes so that we can calm our minds, calm ourselves to hear what is going on in the next lesson. So let's take a deep breath. You inhale in. You take in all that is good and pure, and you exhale. You send out all that is negative. You send out all that your body doesn't need. So you take another deep breath. You inhale. You exhale. And you are just thinking about all the beautiful things that we have around us. All the beautiful weather, all the flowers, all the gardens, the smell of the flowers in the garden. And we sit there with our eyes closed. And what we can see in our mind is a whole bunch of hearts coming to us. Hearts all around us. Hearts surrounding us. And we wonder, why do we have these hearts around us? And hearts are usually a sign of love. So those hearts are sending love to all the people around the world. First in our community, in our homes, and around the world. We are sending love to all these precious people around us. The hearts go all over. And we feel so much love in us. This is what we need to be. Someone filled with love for others. And we sit there peacefully. And we thank God for all our blessings in life. And slowly we open our eyes. And how did you all feel? Yes, I'm sure you feel quite peaceful. And yes, you all know what we celebrated yesterday, Indian Arrival Day. And I'm sure you can tell me a lot of things about Indian Arrival Day. How did you all spend Indian Arrival Day? Yes, you ate a lot. Yes, you had para, you had chutney, you had palori, you had all those sweet things. Right. Mommy made them, Granny made them. That's nice. And now I'd like to tell you all something about Indian Arrival Day. Now, most people in Trinidad are described as Afro-Trinidadian or Indo-Trinidadian. And do you know why? Now, I'll tell you a true story to help you understand. Long, long ago, several hundred years ago, Trinidad was owned by the British. You must have heard that in school. It was a British colony and was used to cultivate crops for England. The main crop was sugarcane, as we all know. Sugarcane needs a lot of land and a lot of labor. It is hard work planting the sugarcanes, growing the sugarcanes, and eventually to get the sugar out of the sugarcane. The plantation owners first brought people from Africa as slaves. But slavery was eventually ended, and the plantation owners had to look for laborers somewhere else. That's when they turned to India. So they got those Indians from India to come and work the sugarcane plantations. They drew up contracts for about 5 years, with them working 6 days a week and 9 hours per day. The story of African slaves is a subject of Emancipation Day. That is when their slave days ended. Now, the story of the Indian indentured laborers is celebrated as, Indian Arrival Day. Now, when they came here, the first boat that they came on, I am sure you can tell me the name of that boat. The first boat that the Indian immigrants came from is the Patarasa. Now, coming there here on that boat, conditions were extremely bad. The Indians were packed up like sardine in a tin, and the condition, it used to be very dark when they go to the lower deck. It is very dark, and they used to sleep crouched up like this. And when someone died, they just threw them overboard. So the conditions were not very nice there. And the trip took them about 98 days. So 98 days was when they left India and they arrived on the shores of Trinidad. The first day that they landed here was the 30th of May, 1845. That was exactly how many years ago? Right, 175 years ago. Eventually, more than 140,000 Indians came this way. Now, they had to decide whether they're going to stay here or whether they're going to go back to India. Now, they saved their money, and some of them did eventually go back, but the others invested their money in lands and so on. And what happened? They decided to make better life for their children. And I'm going to show you a picture here of the place that they lived. Right, do you all see this? Now, this is where they lived when they came here. This is called Barra. The whole village. Now, how many of you would live in a place like that? This is where our forefathers lived. And they had to be contented with it. And later on, they worked harder and they organized their barracks to look like this. So this was a little more comfortable than what they had eventually been in. Now, what did they bring with them? They brought lots of things with them. And today we're going to discuss some of the things that they brought with them. Now, they brought things under different categories. Can you guess what they brought with them? First of all, places in Trinidad. They named some of the places in Trinidad. Can anybody give me some names of places that we have in Trinidad with Indian names? Right, there's a street called Bengal Street. Lucknow Street, yes, I'm hearing you. Delhi Road or Delhi Road. Right, and we have a lot more names of places that we have with Indian names, named after our forefathers. Now, they brought with us a lot of plants. They brought with them a lot of plants. We also have Patna Village, Faizabad. Now, plants and fruits. I'm sure you can tell me about some of those. What are some of the plants and the fruits? Mango, very popular. Pomerac. Right, things like shatine. What else can you think of? Pomsite, okra, baigan, bhaji, all of those things came with them, right? Okra, baigan, which is melanjan, bhaji, that's some of the things that they brought across to them. Then they brought things like religious leaves, like we have the doob, we have the neem, tulsi, pan, all of those came from India and we use it in our religious ceremonies. Now when we go into the kitchen, we see a lot of things that they brought on with them. Kitchen utensils, right? We have these here. in the kitchen, I'm sure you can give me lots of things in the kitchen that came from India. And in the kitchen, we prepare food. We have foods here just now. What do we have in the kitchen? You know what's the tower? Right, what you make roti on. Tower. You know what is a belina and a chowki? Right. Belina, chowki. What else? The doubler. You know what is a doubler? Doubler is a long, flat wooden thing that we turn the roti with, or if we use a big pot, we can use the doubler to turn around things in the pot. The dal gutni. Do you know what is a dal gutni? When you are making dal, that you mash the dal with, and so on. Next we have foods. Right. Doubles is from India, right? The doubles from India, which is made up of chana and bara. Pulori, I'm sure you all love pulori. How many of you all like pulori? Put your hands up. Right, I've seen all those hands going up. Pulori is a favorite among children. You buy them in school as well, right? So we have a lot of things, food items, kitchen items that we have in our possession that came from our ancestors. Now clothes. Do you all like to dress up in your Indian clothes? Right, name some of the clothes that we wear. Right, the boys, gentlemen, wear kurta and dhoti. How many of you can wear dhoti? The ladies wear saris, shalwar, garara, etc. Okay, so we have a lot of things that came from India. They brought a lot of things from India. Now, music. How important is music in our lives? Now they brought their music, they brought their Ramayana, and the Muslims brought the Quran, the Christians brought the Bible, and so we have people following traditions of that. Now, can you identify to me these things here? What do we call this? How many of you all know what is this? Right, that is a dholak. That makes a lot of music. This is called a tabla, and I'm sure a lot of you all are going to tabla classes. This is called a tabla, and this is called the nagara. The nagara is used with a tasa group. It makes a lot of music. And then we have some more instruments here. This is a set of tasa drums. This is the harmonium, the sitar, the majira, and the dantal. Right? These are all instruments that he brought with him. And now the dantal. I'm not sure about the dantal. I think that was a local one. But these are instruments that we use wherever we have music. And now we have some examples of children doing some items. First of all, we'll show you, she'll do her own introduction. We're going to share some clips from...
On the occasion of Indian Arrival Day, I would like to play a song on the harmonium, which was brought to us by our ancestors 175 years ago on this day. The harmonium is a very special instrument to our culture.
Okay, that was Sakshi on the harmonium, and now we'll have an item showing the tabla with Nishesh and
Let's fly high on the divine wing, the great promises in the eyes of the king. Let's fly high on the divine wing, the great promises in the eyes of the king. We want to shake the day and pray for peace of all. We want to shake the day and pray for peace of all. To do right action and give love for all. To do right action and give love for all. Let's fly high on the divine wing, the great promises in the eyes of the king. Let's fly high on the divine wing, the great promises in the eyes of the king. Light more hope, make it all pessimist, to receive a godly grace. Light more more, make it all pessimist, to receive a godly grace. Time is precious, life is precious. Time is precious, life is precious. In a world so vicious, let's be cautious. In a world so vicious, let's be cautious. Let's fly high on the divine wing, the great promises in the eyes of the king. Let's fly high on the divine wing, the great promises in the eyes of the king.
and that was Nishesh and Sakshi, and now we have dance was something that brought up.
I'm Maharaj, and I'm a Buddhist style dancer, classical Indian dancer. And I would like to show you my first dance step that I will. Up on your feet, guys. Let's dance. So first, you're going to lift up your feet like this. But first, let me just raise this up for you guys to see. So kick with your right foot, walk with it, and walk with your left foot. Then you put your right foot together with it. Spread your hands out. Spread your hands out. Then touch the ground. Put it by your eyes. Put it over your head. And bow. That was a short piece of my dance, and the dance was brought 175 years ago by our forefathers for Indian Arrival Day. I wish you Indian Arrival Day.
Okay, so there we saw the effect that music is having on us and dance as well. So all aspects of life is what was brought by our ancestors, and their life was a life of sacrifice, total sacrifice, so that they would make a better life for us, for the following generations. And one of the things that our ancestors was interested in is the way that we turned out. They taught us values. That was most important to them. That their children, their grandchildren, their great-grandchildren, their great-great-grandchildren will have a sense of values. And this is what we hope to have today with our children as well. And from past generations, lots and lots of years ago, they taught morals, they taught values. And this is what we must inculcate in our life. And today we would like to share a song with you. And we don't have much time. Sure. love you, Aunty. Love all, serve all, listen to the call of the Lord. Listen to the call of the Lord. Love all, serve all. This is the call of the Lord. If you love the Lord, then you must love all. If you love the Lord, then you must serve all. Love all, serve all. Listen to the call of the Lord. Love all, serve all. This is the call of the Lord. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, says the Lord. Think no evil, do no evil. Love all, serve all, says the Lord. Love all, serve all. Listen to the call of the Lord. Love all, serve all. This is the call of the Lord. This is the call of the Lord. This is the call of the Lord. Okay, thank you, Nishesh and Shari, and we'll just do it another time with the words on the board. Can you all see the words? Okay, I'm sure some of you are familiar with it. It's a song with a very strong message. And if we live our life according to these words, it will be a better life for us and for those around us. So, 3, 4. Love all, serve all. Listen to the call of the Lord. Love all, serve all. This is the call of the Lord. If you love the Lord, then you must love all. If you serve the Lord, then you must serve all. Love all, serve all. Listen to the call of the Lord. Love all, serve all. This is the call of the Lord. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, says the Lord. Think no evil, do no evil. Love all, serve all, says the Lord. Love all, serve all. Listen to the call of the Lord. Love all, serve all. This is the call of the Lord. This is the call of the Lord. This is the call of the Lord. And if we listen to these words, if we live according to these words, I am sure you are going to be a better person and the world is going to be at a better place. So love all, serve all. If you see someone in distress and you can help, please help. And you must extend love to everyone around you. Don't say you're not speaking to somebody because of this and that, and you're not speaking to that one, you're not speaking to this one. You must speak to everybody. If somebody has a problem, you talk it out, or you tell someone that you have a problem with so-and-so and the reason why. But you must love everyone. God says you must love everyone and you must serve everyone. So if you see someone in need and you can help, please do help. And these words, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, right? So all that you have around you are positive things, not negative things. If you have negative thoughts coming to you, you must send it away, send it away. Put positive thoughts in your life. Have positive people, positive thoughts, positive deeds, everything you must do positive. Think no evil, do no evil, love all, serve all, says the Lord. And please be good children, live according to the words of the song. I'm sure we're going to be singing this song again next week. And until then, I think time is running out. And be good children. And thank you parents for tuning in. And thank you children for being there and listening. I hope it helps. And we are a better future. And all the best. Bye guys. Love you guys. Until next week. Aunty Drups signing off.